Record this conversation for quality purposes.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I said before we go any further, I'm just going to inform you that I'm going to record this conversation for quality purposes. I just have a few questions, not too many. My first question is, what is the purpose, function of the Social Security card?
Yes, if you're asking about what is the purpose or function of the United States or the Social Security Administration issuing the Social Security card, you need to go to ssa.gov.
No, I don't want to go to a website. I don't want to go to a website. I need to speak to a person of authority, someone who has answers. The website is not going to answer these questions that I have.
What I'm going to be able to do for you today, sir, is I'm going to be able to tell you how you can get a Social Security card. I'll be able to tell you the process of replacing a Social Security card, or what you need to do if you have a...
Are you a call center?
No, sir, this is not a call center. This is a field office.
Okay, well, I got general questions about the Social Security card. I can't get answers from no one there?
Right, yes, sir. I'll be able to answer the questions with regard to how to replace a card and what you need the card for. If you're asking why you need a card, the Social Security is an administration where individuals pay Social Security taxes. Those Social Security taxes are used for individuals when they reach retirement age or if they have to draw disability benefits. If you're asking why do you need a Social Security card or what is the purpose of the individual having a Social Security card is for the purposes of administering the Social Security benefits to individuals that have paid into the Social Security fund. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Yes. My next question is the Social Security card considered as identification?
No, sir. The Social Security card is not considered a form of identification. Do you have a Social Security card?
I just want to go ahead and continue with my questions, sir.
Yes, I'm asking you some questions now.
Well, the thing is, sir. Let me ask you a different question now. I gotta go up.
What's your Social Security number, sir?
No, sir. My next question now, since you made that statement, is your agency considered as
Do you have a Social Security card? Because if you have a Social Security card, you should read the back of your Social Security card. It has information on it that will assist you with regard to whether or not it's supposed to be, if it's intended for a form of identification.
Okay.
You obviously have a laundry list of questions. So if you want to be better served, since there are other individuals that are actually waiting in the call queue, if you want to be better served so you can have your laundry list of questions answered, you can visit your local Social Security office, your field office.
No, I am not capable of doing that right now at this present time, so that's why I'm calling in. So if you cannot answer the...
Have any other specific questions for me, sir?
Yes, I do. I do have one. Can you please transfer me to a supervisor?
I'll put you on hold, sir. And may I have your name?
You can call me He-Man. I need to speak to a supervisor.
So I'm not going to transfer you to a supervisor with an alias.
Excuse me, sir. I asked you if you was qualified to answer questions. You said yes. I asked you a few questions, and now you're refusing to answer questions, sir. So can I please speak to a supervisor?
I'm going to put you on hold, okay?
I hope it's to transfer me to a supervisor. This is the dishonor. This is the dishonor of these agencies. It's very hard not to get upset dealing with this dishonor. Simple questions. He claimed to be qualified at the beginning of the conversation, and now it seems he's not qualified. He wants to refer me to the website, which I really don't care about no website. I need a person of authority who knows their duties and obligations. So I guess we'll repeat this game of no answers and possibly being hung up on, and multiple callbacks to this organization. Every agency I call, the public servants that are considered to be of authority at these agencies do not want to answer questions. They want you to be led around blindly, making the wrong choices in your life so that you can be basically enslaved to this system, to this place known as the United States Corporation. No one has answers. No one has answers. So if no one has answers, my answers must be correct. My understanding must be correct if no one has answers. If everyone refuses to answer questions, there is no power, there is no agents of authority, there is no agency of authority, there is no authority, period, except the one that the people proclaim. Right now, that agent has fallen to dishonor. He has fallen to dishonor. At the beginning of the conversation, I asked him, can I please speak to someone who is qualified to answer questions about the Social Security card? He informed me that he was qualified. And after 2 questions, he's trying to get me off the line. After 2 simple questions, he's trying to get me off the line. He said he's going to place me on hold. I don't know what for. I demanded a supervisor. He did not say he's going to... Yes.
Hello, sir?
Yes.
Mr. Heatman?
Yes.
Put your hold for just a second, sir.
You just did that. You just did that. What do you...
To the supervisor.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see how the next agent performs at their duties. This is Miss Paris. What is your job title, Miss Paris?
Operations supervisor.
Operations supervisor. Okay, Miss Paris. I'm going to inform you that I'm recording this conversation for quality purposes. I have some general questions. The agent I spoke to before, he informed me that he was qualified, and as soon as I asked him 2 questions, he all of a sudden became unqualified. So before I start with my questions, I have 4 new questions I would like to start with. The first one is your agency considered as a public service agency?
Yeah, we are a public service agency.
Okay, my next question is, are you, the agents and or employees of your agency, considered to be public servants, trustees?
We are.
Okay, my next question is, what law states that public servants have the right to make demands upon the public?
What are you speaking of when you're saying demands?
Well, I was just speaking to the agent before you who transferred me to you. I asked him some questions. After I asked him my second question, all of a sudden he asked me questions, demanded answers from my questions, which I am not bound to him. or to public servants, because I am the public. So again, what law states, because he demanded questions from me, answers from me, and refused to answer any more questions, and it kept referring me to the website. So again, what law states that public servants have the right to make demands upon the public?
There's probably no law that says that we, can demand information. However, if you want a qualified answer, we do need further information to look up stuff and things like that.
Well, the thing is, I'm not asking no personal information. It's just general questions that to help clarify my understanding. So before I got one more question before I go into my real questions, which is, what law states that public servants can withhold public information from the public?
Withhold public information? Like what type of information?
Well, I was trying to, I was speaking to this gentleman, this agent before you, and after I asked him my second question, it all got flipped around, and I was being interrogated. I was the one he was demanding answers from me. He asked me he could refer me to, what he could refer to me as. I informed him he could refer to me as He-Man, and it became a little issue for a little while there. He was at first he was refusing to transfer me to a supervisor, and I guess he finally did it. So again, what law states public servants can withhold public information from the public?
There are certain laws in place that there's certain information we can't release, but it doesn't sound like there was any information being withheld at that time. What information was he withholding from you? I'm not quite understanding that question.
Well, I asked him 2 questions, and he could not answer the questions. So at the beginning of the conversation, he told me he was qualified to answer questions, which he was not. So he was withholding information from me. What he should have did was immediately transfer me to a supervisor instead of engaging in what he engaged in with me. Anyways.
Okay, what questions do you have, and I'll be glad to answer them.
Okay, so my first real question is, what is the purpose, function of the birth certificate? The Social Security card?
The Social Security card is something that's used for employment purposes. It's an authorization that you are able to work.
I'm able to work. Okay, my next question is the Social Security card considered as identification?
No, Social Security card is not considered identification.
Okay, thank you. My next question is the Social Security card used to register living sentient men and women?
Is the Social Security card used for what? I'm sorry.
To register living sentient men and women.
I guess I don't understand that question.
All right. Is the Social Security card used to register men and women?
I'm not understanding what you mean register. Identify?
No, that would be identification. Okay, so since you don't know the answer, we'll skip that one.
I don't understand what you mean register. Register.
Well, you know how in the birth certificates they register the name. So is the Social Security card used to register men and women?
There is no registry that just states, these are the men, these are the women. I mean, a Social Security card has identified whether the person is a female or a male.
Okay. My next question is a follow-up to the identification. And you said it was not identification. So why is your agency allowing other agencies to demand the Social Security card as identification?
We can't regulate that. I mean, identification is not something we can regulate what other agencies ask for.
Okay, my next question is that not considered as fraud to identify oneself with a document that is not issued as identification according to the issuing agency, nor does it have any identifying information to identify a person and or people?
It's going to depend on the agency that's asking for it. It's not fraud if that's what that agency accepts.
But you said your agency does not issue it as identification. So for someone to use...
We don't recognize it, but if the state of Florida wants to use it as identity, they may. It's not fraud. Each agency can set their own identity rules.
Okay. My next question is the Social Security considered as currency, valuable and or good consideration?
Is the Social Security card or is Social Security benefits?
The Social Security, whatever's attached to that card, is it considered as currency, valuable and or good consideration?
Well, now that's a two-part question because not every Social Security card has benefits attached to it. Everybody that works has a Social Security card, but that doesn't necessarily mean they receive benefits. So no, that is not a currency.
Okay. Is the Social Security card a contract?
Yeah, I don't look at it if it's a contract.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
I mean, is it a contract for what purposes?
That's what I'm trying to find out. That's why I'm asking someone at the Social Security Administration office information to help clarify my understanding.
Well, a contract would mean that there's stipulations and there's, it's
A contract would mean that there was an offer, there was an acceptance, there was valuable or good consideration tendered or received, and is duly authorized by all parties. So again, is the Social Security card considered as a contract?
I don't know. I don't know the
Okay.
answer to that.
Okay, thank you for being honest. Well, it is my understanding that it is a contract or has something to do with a contract. So my next question is, I don't think you'll be able to answer any of the following questions. They all have to do with the fact that I believe it is a contract. But I'm gonna go ahead and state them anyways. Is the Social Security a receipt, proof held by the owner, sole beneficiary, sole shareholder, administrator of the contract? I don't think you'll be able to answer that because you're not even sure if it's a contract. My next one will be, what are all the terms to that contract or the Social Security card?
The terms of the Social Security card are legal authorization to be employed in the United States or legally present in the United States.
Okay. Who is the beneficiary of that contract / Social Security card?
The number holder named on the Social Security card.
The number holder name on the Social Security card. Okay. Who is the trustor of that Social Security contract?
I'm assuming it would also be the number holder.
The trustor would be also the number holder. Okay. Who is the trustee of that Social Security card / contract?
I'm not sure if that would be the U.S. government. I'm not sure. I don't look at the Social Security card as a contract with different parties, but I'm assuming it would be.
Well, it would have to be a contract, to my understanding, because if I use it to contract with other agencies, or if a person uses it to contract with other agencies, it has to be a contract. Okay, my last question is, why is your agency allowing the breaking of the trust laws?
Why is the agency allowing what?
The breaking of the trust laws.
Okay, I'm not authorized to answer that question. I'm not even sure what laws you're referring to.
Trust laws, contract laws.
Okay, there again, Social Security is a public service agency. So when you're asking questions about contracts and trust, are these for specific purposes?
I'm trying to get a better understanding because I have understanding of something else, and I'm just trying to get to the bottom to find out if my understanding is correct or if it is wrong.
And what is your perception? I'm just having a hard time. Some of these questions have never been posed before, so
I understand that.
I can't honestly answer some of those, like allowing the breaking of the trust laws. That's not something that I'm.
Well, yeah, okay. That would be tied into the other one of is it not considered fraud to identify oneself with a document that is not issued as identification? Because if your agency is not issuing it as identification, and for someone to use it as identification, that would be considered fraud, because it does not identify the person, but yet that person is sitting there using it as identification. And then there's every agency that's out there, whether it's whatever kind of service you want, a job, enrollment in school, whatever it is, every agency out there demands that document along with the birth certificate as identification, which I already spoke to the Vital Statistics Office, and they also say that document is not considered as identification. So if I present these two documents which are not considered as identification by the issuing parties to another agency, and they accept it as identification, fraud is being committed by the person who tendered it, and the agency who is allowing it to be used as identification. Now, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of stuff, and I just need answers. And you somewhat helped me at the beginning. The last questions you couldn't really answer. So can I ask, is there maybe someone there, a person of authority, who might be able to help me further and getting the correct answers to these questions?
I can refer you to another management personnel. That's not a problem. Can you tell me what purposes that you're asking these questions?
It's because I'm under the impression that people are being coerced into engaging in fraud, and I no longer want to participate in the fraud. So I must get the correct answers to clarify my understanding. So if there is fraud being committed, I can step out of the fraud and not be a part of that fraud.
Okay. I will transfer you to my supervisor. Hold on one second.
Thank you. This is the dishonor. They just hung up on me. This is the dishonor.
Calling the Social Security Administration. If you are not calling from a touch-tone phone, we did not recognize your selection. Thank you for calling the Social Security Administration. If you are not calling from a touch-tone phone, please stay on the line. For service in English, press 1 now. Welcome to the Gainsville Social Security Office. To ensure that you receive accurate and courteous service, your call may be monitored or recorded. Press or say 1 now if you know your party's extension. If you are not calling from a touch-tone phone, please stay on the line. If you want to file for retirement, disability, or spouse's benefits, please remember that you have the choice of applying online. For more information about Social Security, including forms and a complete list of online services,
this is
please visit us online at www.socialsecurity. Please hold. Thank you for holding. Someone will assist you shortly. Please remember to have handy your Social Security number and any recent mail that we may have sent you. Having this information will help us serve you better. While you are waiting, did you know that you can file for retirement, spouses, and disability benefits online? If you are already receiving benefits, you can request a benefit verification letter, a replacement Medicare card, or a replacement form SSA 1099. You can also change your address and update your direct deposit, all by visiting www.socialsecurity.gov. Other online services also include directions to your local office, electronic versions of many of our forms and publications, and benefit planning tools. Why wait? Log on now. Socialsecurity.gov is a safe and secure way of doing business.
Here comes the games. Guess I'm gonna be transferred from music to music. First time I called, it said I had a wait time of 10 minutes. Now I call and I go straight to hold. No recording saying how long the wait will be now. Just straight to hold. I don't understand this agency. Are you serious? I guess if you've asked the right questions, they all run from you. They all try to avoid you.
Hello, how can I help you?
Yes, who am I speaking to?
Rita?
Rita, what is your title?
What do you mean, what is my title? I don't understand.
You don't understand what your title is?
Trying to get a hold.
Excuse me?
Trying to get a hold of.
Well, I spoke to one agent who transferred to a supervisor, and then that agent, the supervisor, was supposed to transfer to their supervisor, and I don't know what happened. I got a dial tone. I call him back now.
Okay, who were you talking to?
I do not even remember what she said her name was.
Okay.
Now, wait, excuse me? Before we go any further, I asked you what your title was, and you told me you didn't understand what that meant.
Because people don't call and say, what's your title? We don't have people calling in and asking us that.
Well, I just called and I asked you that, miss. I asked you that.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question.
Why should I have to answer your question? This is the dishonor in the agencies. I'm keeping calm as possible. calm as possible, and these public servants think they got the right to demand things of the public.
The Social Security
They
Administration.
think they got the right to demand things of the public, and when you ask the right questions, they fear you and they don't want to speak to you.
We did not recognize your selection. Thank you for calling the Social Security Administration. Welcome to the Gainsville Social Security Office. To ensure that you receive accurate and courteous service, your call may be monitored or recorded. Press or say 1 now if you know your party's extension. Please hold.
Trying to keep calm. It's hard not to blow up and get upset when dealing with these insubordinate public servants. No honor in any of them.
Thank you for holding.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, go ahead.
Who am I speaking to?
Social Security Administration, how can I help you?
And your name, sir?
This is Mr. Gomez. What can I do for you?
Mr. Gomez, you said?
Yes.
Well, before I go any further, I would like to inform you that I'm recording this conversation for quality purposes.
Who are you, sir?
Excuse me?
Who are you, sir?
I am the public. I am the people. Who are you?
Hold on just a moment.
This is the dishonor in this agency. Simple questions they don't want to answer. Simple questions they don't want to answer. What is one to do? Trying to find the truth in this world, man, is impossible because no one wants to give it to you. No one has it to give it to you. There's a whole bunch of slaves repeating what the next person said. The next people said. What right does he have to ask me any questions? What right does he have to put me on hold without my authority? What right does he have to avoid dealing with the public? Now I don't even hear no music, so I don't even know if I'm really on hold or what's going on. This is the Social Security Administration office in Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, Florida. Failure to do their jobs per their obligations. I guess they're not bound to the public. It's the public who's bound to them. That's what it is. You're bound to these public servants. I'm gonna hang up and call back because I'm not gonna play this waiting game. I will not. I mean, this is what I deal with every time I call an agency. Fear to speak to me.
Security Administration. If you are not calling from a touch-tone phone, please stay on the... Welcome to the Gainesville Social Security Office. To ensure that you receive accurate and courteous service, your call may be monitored or recorded. Press or say 1 now if you know your party's extension. Please hold. Thank you for holding. Someone will assist you shortly. Please remember to have handy your Social Security number and any recent mail that we may have sent you. Having this information will help us serve you better. While you are waiting, did you know that you can file for retirement, spouses, and disability benefits online? If you are already receiving benefits, you can request a benefit verification letter, a replacement Medicare card, or a replacement form SSA 1099. You can also change your address and update your direct deposit. all by visiting www.socialsecurity.gov. Other online services also include directions to your local office, electronic versions of many of our forms and publications, and benefit planning tools. Why wait? Log on now. Socialsecurity.gov is a safe and secure way of doing business. For holding. We appreciate your patience. We are still assisting other people and will help you as soon as we possibly can.
I'm sure you will.
We appreciate your patience. We are still assisting other people and will help you as soon as we possibly can. For holding. We appreciate your patience. We are still assisting other people and will help you as soon as we possibly can. still assisting other people and will help you as soon as we possibly can.
Hello?
Hi, how can I help you?
First question I would like to ask you is there a district manager that manages the northern offices of the Social Security Administration offices?
Did you just call a moment ago?
Sir, I asked you, is there a district
Right,
manager?
I asked you right, and I'm responding in kind. Did you call me a call a few moments ago?
Sir, is there a district manager that's in charge of the northern offices?
Yeah, the office in this ad, and her name is Miss Louder, Louder.
Miss
Her first name is Kay. She's a supervisor in this area, these area offices.
And what is her contact information?
In the same number that you just reached here today.
So can you transfer to Miss Louder?
She's not in the office at the moment. I can take a message for her.
Can I speak to a supervisor, someone of authority there at your agency?
Okay, did you speak to Miss Parrish a few moments ago?
She did, and she informed me that she was going to transfer me to her supervisor, and I got a dial.
All right, please hold.
Please hold. He answers the phone. He didn't state the agency that he's representing. He didn't inform me of his identifying information. Just prying into questions about my identity. Well, my identity is not an issue right now. Just calling to find general information, and they want to know who I am. For what reason? For what reason? Dishonorable public servants. Dishonorable. I guess I got another video for YouTube. Hey, mommy, what happened? You messing up? You not doing good? Okay, go ahead, keep playing. Come on. Go play, go. Huh? Your arm hurts? Why? Something bit you, stung you? Let me see your arm. Okay. I don't see nothing, okay? If you're gonna watch cartoons. Watch cartoons for a while. Rest your arm. Maybe it's from the controller, holding the controller up and stuff, okay? Man, I really don't understand what this game is, man. These people are cowards. Cowards. That's what they are. Come on, man. No way. No way. I'm not.
For calling the Social Security Administration. If you are not calling from a touch-tone phone, please stay on the line. For service in English, press 1. Now, para servicio. Welcome to the Gainsville Social Security Office. To ensure that you receive accurate and courteous service, your call may be monitored or recorded. Press
accurate.
Now,
they better contact the gentleman or whoever's in charge of monitoring these calls, because there's no courtesy and there's no help at all.
We did not recognize your selection. Press or stay. Please hold. Thank you for holding. Someone will assist you shortly. Please remember to have handy your Social Security number and any recent mail that we may have sent you. Having this information will help us serve you better. While you are waiting, did you know that you can file for retirement, spouses, and disability benefits online? If you are already receiving benefits, you can request a benefit verification letter, a replacement Medicare card, or a replacement form SSA 1099. You can also change your address and update your direct deposit, all by visiting www.socialsecurity.gov. Other online services also include directions to your local office, electronic versions of many of our forms and publications, and benefit planning tools. Why wait? Log on now. Socialsecurity.gov is a safe and secure way of doing business. We appreciate your patience. We are still assisting other people and will help you as soon as we possibly can.
Who am I speaking to?
Mr. Gomez, I can help you?
Yeah, Mr. Gomez, you hung up on me before. I would like to inform you.
Yes, sir, I didn't hang up. I kept the phone on hold. You just called a couple minutes ago. I'm going to transfer you to our public affairs specialist. He's waiting for your call, okay?
All right.
Please hold. Social Security, this is Cliff Copeland.
Cliff Copel.
Cliff Copeland.
Copeland, I'm sorry. What is your title there, sir?
I'm a public affairs specialist.
Public affairs specialist. Well, my first...
And you are, sir?
If you must refer to me by something, refer to me by He-Man. Sir, is there a district manager that that manages the northern offices of the Social Security?
Okay, are you recording this call, sir?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, you didn't inform me you were. That's the law.
Well, I've informed everyone that I've spoken to that I'm recording this call, and I haven't. And you're right. I was supposed to inform you, and the thing is, this recording has been going on for 50 minutes now. I've been hung up on. I'm being refused help. So I'm informing you right now. I'm recording this conversation for quality purposes, and everyone who I've dealt with so far failed in their quality purposes. Right now, my purpose of my call, I need to know, is there a district manager that manages the...
There's not a district manager in the office today.
I didn't ask you that, sir. I asked you, is there a district manager that manages the northern offices?
Each office has a district manager.
What is the district manager at your location? Their name?
What?
What is the name of...
District manager's name is Miss Louder.
Miss Louder. And what's the best time to reach Miss Louder and the best contact number?
This number, the number for this office.
And what is the best time to contact her?
I don't know her schedule for the rest of the week, but she's usually here every day. Today she's in another location. I'm not sure where that is.
So, all right. Call back to talk to Miss Louder. Call back to talk to Miss Louder. Okay, sir. Are you going to answer my question, or are you going to avoid and hang up?
Let me hear your question.
Hang up on me like every other agent I've dealt with already at this agency?
Well, let me hear your question, and then we'll decide. I may have to refer you myself. So let's hear the question.
Well, I'm going to start off. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Is your agency considered as a public service agency?
Say that again?
Is your agency considered as a public service agency?
We are a federal agency. We are open to the public.
Are you, the agents and or employees of your agency, considered as public servants, trustees?
Sometimes we're called public servants.
What law states that public servants have the right to make demands upon the public?
Repeat that again.
What law states that public servants have the right to make demands upon the public?
I don't know any law of that nature, sir.
So then what you're telling me is all of you agents right there at this agency are in dishonor. Thank you. My next question is, what law states that public servants can withhold public information from the public?
You're not clear. You need to repeat it.
What law states public servants can withhold information from the public?
Can require information from the public?
Can withhold information from the public.
What type of information are you referring to?
Sir, are you refusing to answer the question?
You're not making yourself clear. Are you talking about somebody's confidential information, or are you talking about law? What are you talking about?
Sir.
Public information, define that.
Sir, what law states that public servants can withhold public information from the public?
I'm not aware of any law, sir.
So again,
If you're talking about basic law, basic information about a program, we'll be more than glad to give that.
Again, the agents at your agency are in dishonor. Now, my next question is the public supposed to accept the insubordination of public servants, trustees?
I'm not going to answer that one because the public will have to answer it.
Well, I'm the public, and I say no. We're not supposed to deal with to accept the insubordination of public trustees. And your agency, every agent I spoke to so far, is insubordinate. Now, my next question is, how can I acquire a copy of the precepts, policies, obligations, duties of your agency that the agents and or employees of your agency are bound to follow when dealing with the public?
You can go to our website.
And that's going to give me your rules and regulations that your agents and employees are bound to?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
My next question is it in your agency's precept policies to withhold public information about your agency from the public?
We'll provide any information you need on Social Security, anything pertaining to the law.
Do you even know the law, sir?
I do. I work with it.
Yeah, okay. Is it in your agency's precepts, policies to give misinformation to the public?
You keep repeating the same question, sir. I've already answered it.
You answered it. You answered that whether it's in your policies or precepts to give misinformation to the public.
Never give it misinformation, sir.
Never. You sure about that?
I'm sure. We're required to give information pertaining to the regulations that relate to Social Security. We're more than glad to do it.
Is it in your agency's precepts, policies to hang up on the public when the public is trying to obtain the correct information?
If we reach a point where there's no progress in a phone call and the information is redundant and someone's being belligerent to us, we have the right to hang up.
So can you go monitor the recordings, the conversations have been recorded by your agency and by me? Can you go monitor the recordings and find out if that's what has happened in this situation?
Monitor recordings?
Oh, now you're unaware. Now you give me.
What you said?
Now you give.
Let me clarify the question. Did you say can we monitor recordings?
No. I said can you go review the recordings that have been monitored from the beginning that I've called, that I said from the beginning.
Can I monitor your recording? Is that what you're asking?
Sir, again. It's funny, huh?
Make yourself clear, sir.
It's funny?
Not funny at all. I'm trying to help you.
No, I don't believe you are trying to help me, sir.
Well, I'm sorry what you believe, but, I'll help you as long as I can. Then I've got to move on and do some other things.
All right, I got a few more questions for you, but right now I want to know who's your supervisor and what is their contact information?
My supervisor is Ms. Louder.
Oh, Miss Louder.
Manager of this office.
Okay, cool. You're a manager. Okay. So I'll be speaking to Miss Louder soon. My next question is, what is the purpose, function of the Social Security card?
The purpose of the Social Security card
Purpose?
is to identify a wage earner, and it's for tax reporting purposes.
Is the Social Security card considered as identification?
No, sir, it's not.
Is the Social Security card used to register men and women?
Register them for what?
I don't know. You tell me. Is it used to register?
It identifies them for Social Security purposes. It sets up a record. If you have a Social Security number, it is your record, your Social Security record. That's how we identify you.
So it is the record to identify people.
Yeah, if you have a job, if you have a business, if you report wages under a Social Security number, then that's the record.
So I'm
what you've earned.
I'm a little bit confused right now.
That's the whole purpose of the card. That's
Okay.
the whole purpose of the number.
And I'm a little confused right now because you just said right now that card is used to identify me for the job purposes. And
That's right.
and a few seconds ago, and if sir.
It identifies your record, but it is not an identity document.
So if you just said it identifies my record, so it must be identity documents. If that's what you're stating, it does.
It identifies the earnings or the self-employment earnings that you have paid over your lifetime. That's all it's for. It's also for reporting taxes. But the Social Security card, the document, is never a proof of identity.
Is it not considered as fraud to identify oneself with a document that is not considered that is not issued as identification by according to the issuing agency? Nor does it have.
I don't understand your question, sir.
Is it not considered as fraud to identify oneself with a document that is not issued as identification according to the issuing agency? Nor does it have any identifying information to identify a person or people and/or people?
I don't know the answer to that, sir. Your question is rambling. It included a lot of points, and
it was not rambling. I asked you, is it considered fraud to identify oneself with a document?
I don't know.
Well, you just told me my question was rambling.
It is rambling, but you mentioned fraud, and that's the question that I understood, and I don't know if that's the case or not.
So you're telling me your agency hands out this document, says it is not identification. Another agency demands that as identification, and that. A
lot of people use Social Security numbers for identification, but it's not an official identification. And you have to decide how that number is going to be used. Out in the public, anywhere, if someone asks for your number, you have to decide that you're going to give it to them or that you're not going to give it to them.
Well, let me ask you this: everything you do in the corporation known as the United States demands that you provide that document to identify yourself. So is it not considered fraud?
You have the choice of doing it or not doing it. It's in your control. We do not control how you use that number.
So let's say I used it to identify myself. Is that not considered fraud? Yes or no?
I don't know the answer to that, and I've already said it's not an identity document.
Again, let's say I used that document to identify myself. Is that not considered fraud? Yes, it would be my choice. And now I'm asking you, is that considered as fraud if I use that document to identify myself?
I don't know if it's fraud or not, sir.
So then you're incompetent. You're incompetent to answer any questions that I have here, and I need to speak to someone above you, sir. Transfer me, please.
We're going to have to hang up, sir, because we're not getting anywhere.
You're right, because I'm dealing with incompetent public servants that don't know what they're talking about. So please transfer me, sir.
You know what we're going to do, sir?
What are you going to do?
We're going to do.
What are you going to do?
We're going to trace this call and find out who you are.
You are?
And we're going to send federal authorities to talk with you.
Oh, my goodness. I'm shivering right now. Now transfer me to your supervisor.
Okay. All right, my supervisor's not here today, sir.
When will she be in?
I'm not sure what her schedule is.
So you have no supervisor is what you're telling me?
I have a supervisor. Yes, I do.
When can I get in contact with your supervisor?
I do not know her location today.
Transfer me to her voicemail. You refusing to do that?
Hold on, please. No, hold on, please.
This is what you deal with when you deal with these people.
Hello, you have reached the voicemail of Kay Louder at the Gainsville, Florida Social Security Office. I'm sorry that I'm not available to answer your call at this time. However, if you leave your name, a brief message, and a callback number, I will return your call as soon as possible. If you need immediate assistance, please press 0. Thank you.
Yes, how you doing, Miss Louder? I need you to give me a call back at 352-426-5819. I'm having an issue with the employees of your agency. They have fallen to dishonor. Cliff Couple, I don't know what he said his last name was. He has fallen to dishonor. He has no honor. The agents of your agency are insubordinate. They are incapable of handling their job duties or their obligations that they are obligated to handle. So please, I ask that you return my call so I can get some kind of remedy for this situation that I'm dealing with your dishonorable agents at your agency. Please call me back, or I will have to call back multiple times until I get help from a person of authority. If you are not that person of authority, then I will keep on calling back until I reach someone of authority. I need someone of authority, and if you are that person, please call me back so we could find remedy to this situation that I have to deal with the incompetence of your employees at your agency. Thank you very much.